Hello and welcome back to the channel. I did actually complete that last challenge. I'll get to that later though. But I am playing multiplayer with my best friend Tavik, and we are
Hola.
doing rock climb, right?
Basically, it's an off-road. It's just a generic off-road course. So it doesn't truly have a layout, and this is kind of one of those tests. Just kind of see which maps really give the most for the people who are looking to do this kind of traversing. These crawler maps are built by people who don't necessarily have rights to the game. It's actually a mod itself. So you kind of gotta pick one and see how it does. You get a general layout just from observing the map. So if you're familiar with the game, you can obviously go into your map and it'll give you a generic layout, or if you're looking at it from the start menu. But other than that, typically it's just a kind of a trial and error to see which ones give you the best options, like whether you just want to do some trailing or if you want to actually do some rock crawling. You might find a couple that are pretty generic and others that are actually really aggressive and really difficult to do. I've personally had the experience of playing a couple really aggressive crawling maps, and it's a challenge in some cases. You never really know what you're going to come up to, but this is where we're at.
And just forewarning, I suck at this already.
I have no problem helping you out with that. I actually have gotten pretty decent at it. So.
Alright, so from what I can tell, you are just Shadow. Oh, no, okay.
So sometimes what will happen is if you're reviewing me and it just shows basically a shadow over my vehicle, it might take a second to register the mods, because the mods are not certified mods. They are not mods that are recognized by the developers. So when it comes to them showing up on the map, sometimes they can show up as gray. Other times it'll be gray if for whatever reason it doesn't show me in this particular vehicle. It might show me in another vehicle. So this is hardcore mode, so it is a little bit more challenging. You get feedback from the tires when you do stuff, so it might be a little difficult. I don't know if you played hardcore mode yet.
Nope.
So when you're playing hardcore mode in the traditional version of the game, it's very, very difficult because you typically only start off with limited fuel, and you really gotta conserve yourself depending on which vehicles you use, because some of them, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when you transfer to all-wheel drive, you typically double your fuel consumption.
Yes.
And it like adds 10% more. It takes 10% more to run diff locks. So
I've noticed that. I know that they originally told me that diff lock made the vehicle harder to handle. But I've noticed that to be untrue. At least
it depends on what you're doing. So as you already know, being a bit of a car guy like I am, diff lock is basically creates all four of your wheels to spin at the same rate. So while it's very good for traversing dirt, it is not so good for traversing rocks. When you do some crawling, you actually have to do some throttle feathering, because if you throw down all of your throttle at one time, you'll basically just spin on top of the rock. I don't know if you recognized last time, but to activate your diff lock, you have to actually be in a manual gear. You cannot actually be in your auto gear. Here's a good one.
I did notice that actually.
I typically don't use auto gear a whole lot unless my auto gear is faster on a road than my manual gears.
Yeah, I know. Well, like I was saying, the diff lock in the game. Okay, let's do that. I'll wait for you to get through.
You're good.
But when I was playing earlier, I actually had to turn diff lock on to actually be able to drive on the road. Because the control scheme is just absolutely terrible sometimes. Right, did you go around the trees, by the way?
I basically went through the trees here. If you look up, you could probably see my back end.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you
Kind
went
of up through the tree there
trees.
and up the hill. So some of the mods for the vehicles are a little different. Typically, you get for your manual gears, you get L1, you get your reverse, and then you get your 1 plus. Your 1 plus gear is typically designed to be just a general overdrive gear. They're not nearly as torquey as your first gear. That's why you can stall in 1 plus.
Okay.
But it's nice because some vehicles, some of the mods. Oh shoot!
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, you're making it. Okay.
You're making it. Okay. Some of the mods are designed that the 1 plus gear is like really aggressive, and will basically throw your vehicle around. I have a mod for a 3500 Chevrolet that it will do wheelies in its 1 plus gear.
So I think the next map we should play, you should download the vehicle I sent you. Just because it is a monster.
Alright, cool. Alright, let me know if you need me to winch you. I actually had to kind of cheat a little bit to get up on this hill. Dug myself a bit of a hole.
I'm getting it.
That's where I got stuck, right there. Oh, you might actually get it. No. You actually might get it. Oh, good job.
I made it.
Alright. So these crawler vehicles are actually really kind of cool, because if you look at them from the standpoint of what they're designed to be in real life versus in game, they're very close. You have very soft tires. You have reactive independent four-way suspension. So
Not gonna lie, I do kind of like the shifting a little bit.
okay. Here comes the fun one. This is the
throw it into reverse.
Oh shit! Saved it.
Good job. This is not gonna be fun.
I actually didn't take any damage for it too, which is good.
Okay, and down I come. Nice and slow. One of the mods I had was a buggy.
Mm-hmm.
That was retarded fast.
Yeah, they have race buggy mods. So there are actually people who have made tracks. Like they have actually made race tracks. And it's a little off because the ground in the game. The only similarity of the ground shares to real life is that the mud is real mud. Like the physics of the mud work very well. Problem is, they don't do hard ground well. So you find yourself getting into really deep mud while you're trying to race on a flat track. It doesn't work so well.
Yeah. Had to use the winch to get up there a little bit.
Yeah, it happens. So, looks like we might be coming up on some trails soon. Let's see.
I see a garage over there that's fully locked on the other end of the map.
Yeah, that one, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm actually looking for some trails to follow. The cool thing about this is each vehicle is pretty dynamic still. You know, one vehicle isn't going to be the same as others because you're going to have to worry about weight transfer, you'll have to worry about the way their suspension is set up. So when you get a rock crawlers, but each vehicle is physically different. So they react differently when you're going up some of these hills. Like this Colorado versus, you know, the full-size Jeep Cherokee that I've run before. Cherokee's very top heavy, so it tends to roll off of a hill backwards sometimes.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna lie. It's one of those things that you don't really pay much attention to unless you're actually doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, I almost
I'm surprised to know that I've only been playing this game for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I like how this thing, you know, acts more realistic than a video game.
No, you know, to be fair, there aren't really any games that I know of that are like this. It's kind of what drew me to it. And the realness of using the environment is appealing because you're looking for something that's close to a simulation.
Right. I didn't realize some of the rocks actually move too.
Mm-hmm. Smaller ones, they're usually like a paler gray color.
Yeah.
Will actually shift underneath you. I've got stuck on them before.
There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. I was about to have you come back and get me.
Yeah, it happens. I'll speak to you soon.
I know. You just looked and saw that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Lights.
Also, one of the things you might notice is that it'll look like I'm not using my lights, but I am.
Oh, okay. So they just don't show up in multiplayer.
I don't know if it's multiplayer or if it's the mods.
Hmm. Can you see my lights?
I got you gotta crest the hill for me real quick.
I'm getting there.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably just.
Honestly, from my angle, it doesn't even look like the front end of your vehicle has lights. So.
Two little LED strips. And then I have lights on the side too.
Okay. Oh, I see a fuel station.
How far away?
Right here.
Oh, good.
I made it to the locked garage, too.
I didn't think we'd make it all the way over here.
I'm gonna go back, so I'm gonna try another vehicle real quick.
Okay, that actually sounds like a good idea, and also a good time for this to end. So, we're probably going to continue playing a little bit longer. I just don't want to keep you guys bored at this point. But until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Yes, I know that was redundant.